friends! Today we will be making gluten-free ginger cookies, and we're going to start by putting 2½ cups of almond flour in a bowl, and then we're going to add ½ cup of tapioca flour, 4 teaspoons of ground ginger, ½ teaspoon of baking soda, and ¼ teaspoon of salt. Once the ingredients are in the bowl, you can take a wire whisk and just whisk them till they're well blended. Once the almond flour and the rest of the dry ingredients are blended, we're just going to set them aside, and in another bowl we will start with ¼ cup of your choice of oil. I'm using melted ghee today. You could use butter, coconut oil, avocado oil, anything of the sort. And then I am adding 1/3 cup of monk fruit plus 1 tablespoon of monk fruit. Then next we will add 1 large egg at room temperature, or today I am using a flaxseed replacement. And you can make this flaxseed egg replacement by adding to a blender 1/4 cup of ground flaxseed meal and 1 cup of water, and blend in your blender for 2 minutes. And then you can use it as an egg substitute. 1/4 cup is equal to 1 large egg. And it works well for most recipes. You wouldn't necessarily want to use it where egg whites are needed. It would be a totally different product. I don't know if you can see it. I should have shown you a little better, but it see how it kind of just like an egg, kind of goopy, very but that's our flax meal replacement, egg replacement, and I use it quite often in things. So if you have an egg allergy, that's a great substitute for some of your baked goods. Or maybe you just want to cut out a little eggs. Use a lot of the gluten-free recipes use a lot of eggs, 4 eggs for muffins or something along those lines. You could do 2 eggs and 2 flax meal replacement egg substitutes, or you could use all the flax meal. And then after we have our egg or flax meal into the wet ingredients, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of molasses. And yes, I do typically not use high sugar sweeteners, but a ginger cookie, the molasses is a very signature flavor in a ginger cookie. I allow just a little bit. We're going to have about 3 dozen cookies, so 2 tablespoons of molasses is pretty minimal in that overall scheme. And then we're just going to mix these ingredients together with a whisk. And now we will add our whisked wet ingredients to our whisked dry ingredients. And once you have the 2 together, just take a strong spoon and stir them together. The dough will be really thick. So you want something that can handle it. You could also do it in your mixer, your stand mixer, or a hand mixer if you'd like. I don't have a problem doing it by hand. It mixes up pretty well. Alright, you can see this is very well mixed. It holds together pretty well, so it's going to be quite easy to roll into balls and flatten out into discs on our cookie tray. And I have 1 cookie tray so far here, lined with parchment paper. Very important to line your gluten-free baked goods dishes with parchment paper when you're baking. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the dough, about a teaspoon or so, and just roll it into a ball. And I have some more monk fruit in a little dish. I'm just going to dip the top of the ball in there so it's coated in sugar. And I'm going to take a glass and flatten the cookie down so that it's about a quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch, something along those lines. See if I can pull it up and you can see. So it's flattened out fairly well with the glass. And I'm going to continue to fill the tray. These will not spread, so you don't have to worry about 2-inch spacing or anything. They can be fairly close together. And you will need a second cookie tray. I will fill this cookie tray up and then I'll swing the camera around so you can take a look. So the cookies are ready to go in the oven, and we will put them in a 350-degree preheated oven for 10 minutes on my stoneware pan. If you're not using stoneware, you might want to decrease it to about 7 or 8 minutes. And then when they come out of the oven, they will cool on the pan before removing. You won't be able to remove them otherwise. All right, 10 minutes, 350 on stoneware. It has been 10 minutes. I'm going to take the cookies out of the oven and let them cool, and I'm going to put my other batch in. And there you have it. The ginger cookies are done. We need to let them cool on the pan before they can be removed. And then we will taste them and see how you like it. The ginger cookies are all baked and they're all cool, and so let's try one. Here we go. Nice and soft. Very yummy. If you like ginger, they're quite good. And I also have here a ginger cookie from my last batch, just to show you the comparison. These will snap. Did you hear that? Maybe again. So if you let them stay on the counter at room temperature, just in an open container, they get kind of crispy if you like more of a ginger snap. And I like them snappy. My husband likes them soft. Either way, they're really good. Have a cup of tea, a glass of milk, and enjoy your ginger cookies. I'll catch you in our next gluten-free video, and thanks for stopping in today.